Israeli naval forces have intercepted a flotilla of aid vessels sailing toward Gaza as they approach the besieged Palestinian territory. 21 of the 40 boats in the flotilla have reportedly been intercepted. Activists say that they had been illegally boarded by Israeli forces in international waters. Israel's foreign ministry says that several boats were safely stopped and that their passengers were transferred to an Israeli port. Around 30 vessels carrying aid and humanitarian supplies are continuing their journey toward Gaza. Among the hundreds of crew members was Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg and Nelson Mandela's grandson, Mandla Mandela, and several European lawmakers. The convoy is currently sailing in international waters north of Egypt. Let's get more on this. We are joined by Jerusalem correspondent Emily Gordine. So, Emily, what do we know about the ships that are still sailing toward Gaza?
Well, at this point, we're hearing conflicting reports about these ships. Hebrew media is reporting that the Israeli forces have intercepted over 40 ships. 4 boats are said to have broken down due to technical errors, and that the Israeli naval forces are now combing the area to make sure no ship reaches Gaza. That contradicts to a degree what the flotilla itself has been saying, that over 20 boats were intercepted by the Israeli forces, but that 20 others are in fact sailing on. One of these boats is said to have reached Gaza waters. It is about 9 to 10 nautical miles away from Gaza shores. And what's really crucial to know here about this whole mission is that it is big. It is over 40 boats. It's over 500 people that are on these boats. And there was always going to be this very big question of how is Israel going to stop these boats? And at this point, we're seeing that, yes, over at least some boats certainly have been intercepted, 20 if you want, at least. And we expect them to be potentially towed back to the shores of Ashdod. But the question really is, what's going to happen to the other boats and how much force will the Israeli military use in intercepting these last remaining boats?
Tell us a little bit more, if you will, about those intercepted ships. Do we know what happens now next?
Well, in June this year, we saw a similar situation where we had the Gaza Freedom Flotilla also make their way to Gaza. They also set sail from Europe. But they were only one vessel that was also carrying a range of activists, including Greta Thunberg, the Swedish climate activist. And they were also intercepted in international waters by the Israeli forces. And they were then towed back to the port of Ashdod. And from there, the passengers were all deported back to their homes. So we are expecting something similar to play out here as well.
Has there been any reaction from the Israeli government, any clue of how Israel is planning on stopping the other boats?
Well, it's Yom Kippur in Israel, which is the highest holiday in the country. So we're expecting responses to be somewhat delayed until after the holiday is over. But the Israeli Foreign Ministry certainly has tried in the past to discredit the flotilla by linking it to Hamas. It has also said that this flotilla was effectively a provocation to Israel. It has offered, the authorities in Israel have offered to take the aid that this flotilla is carrying symbolically to Gaza and to bring it to Gaza through the official routes, if you want. But it has to be said here that the aid that is coming through these official routes so far is far below what is required in a territory where the UN says famine has set, and the flotilla certainly seems to be set on carrying out its mission to reach Gaza.
Emily Gordine in Jerusalem, thank you.